So then I basically told my hairdresser, Godzilla.
And what was the subject about?
Presidential candidate.
You know something? That would actually work, because if Godzilla would go against anyone, Godzilla would just be...
See, Godzilla doesn't build walls, he breaks walls. And we all know where Godzilla stands also. I mean, unlike certain other candidates that lie and stuff, Godzilla will just crush and destroy you. What?
Look over there.
Over where?
The camera? We did it again, didn't we?
We need to get a camera person to go behind the camera.
Or a Barry, that would work too.
We need a Barry.
A Barry, indeed.
Anyway, hello everybody out there and welcome back to another Dark Avenger comic book review. This is episode 353? Yeah, 353, probably. Yeah. So yeah, I actually did go to the hairdresser and my hairdresser does agree.
Good God,
Godzilla.
Finally. After all that thing going on up there.
Well, I didn't need the long hair
wearing
anymore.
hats either.
Yeah, I didn't need the long hair anymore, so.
I know.
Snip, snip.
And cut.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, we have a nice amount of books this week. However, 90% of the DC comics we have, which is a fair amount of the physical pile, we already reviewed. Mike did Green Arrow. I did, I believe, 6 other books. So,
Yep.
yeah, a lot of the books we did review, and we will
Plus
still
the
talk
other
about
books
them.
that were in that pile also.
Right, yes, you did do 2 others.
Yeah.
So we will still discuss the books, obviously. We do want to still have a show. Obviously, we just won't be going as in-depth. If you'd like any in-depth reviews for any of the books that we're going to talk about here, you can go over to all of the solo reviews and check those out. As we're going through the books, obviously, we'll tell you which books we've done videos on, and then you can go check out the deeper, like, in-depth reviews. But we will, like I said, still talk about it here. And the books we are discussing in this episode were released on
August 3rd, 2016, the first week of August.
Mm-hmm.
And we're starting...
Summer is just speeding by, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like we just saw the 4th of July fireworks, and now we're already in August.
Crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff.
So, the first 2 books are books that came out last week that I apparently missed from Archie and Boom. First one being Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink, issue number 2. This issue, we get to see the return of Zach and Trini as Power Rangers. Now, as you guys know, Zach and Trini and Jason left the team before Kimberly left the team. They left, and Aisha... oh, God. Why did I forget their names? Aisha came in, Adam, and Rocky came in to replace them. Thank you, it was Rocky.
Yeah.
But obviously they gave up their powers, which in the TV series they didn't. They went with the powers with them in case they... Anyway, I guess they lost it after a while. So thanks to Kimberly, Zach and Trini get their powers back. They have their own makeshift kind of newer costume. I like the Black Ranger's costume a bit more. It kind of had like a hoodie feel to it. And they're there to help Kimberly stop Goldar and Rita and the others. Unfortunately, the ending is they get caught.
Well, that's always the case.
To be continued. And obviously, Kimberly's mother is sucked into what's going on.
We never saw any of their parents, really, the Rangers.
I know, but now we do.
That's really something.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed this issue a lot. And the other book that I missed this week was Archie. I believe it's issue 10?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Archie, issue 10. Archie's girlfriend, Veronica, takes a video of a teacher that's like deeply reprimanding. And when I say deeply, I'm talking yelling, screaming, calling basically Archie every name you can think of in the book, clean wise. And she gets upset with him, so she makes a video. She shares it with a couple of her friends, and then she goes to her dad, who's running for mayor, and her mother sees the video of the teacher, and it turns out the teacher is the person running against Veronica's dad. And the mother takes the video and exploits the teacher, and and he decides that not only has he been embarrassed to the point where he's going to concede to Veronica's dad, he's also considering leaving Riverdale. Betty gets upset because the teacher's Betty's uncle. So Betty goes to Archie and says, "Fix this. I don't care how. fix it. And Archie's like, I don't know how. And then Archie tries to fix it, fails. You want to know how he tries to fix it? Read the book. And Betty gets even more upset with him, and then she says it's all Veronica's fault. Ever since she moved here, she's changed you to you're not the same person. He's like, why don't you like her? And she blows up and says she's evil. And and she's like, I don't understand why you like her. And Archie explains why he likes her, and one of the reasons is she knows who she is, which harkens back to the lipstick incident. And it hurts Betty. So basically, Archie kind of is burying himself into a hole.
Alright.
Another honorable mention, but this came out this week. I'm not going to review it, obviously, but the Garfield 2016 Summer Special. If you love Garfield, you'll love this book. I love Garfield, and I love this book. Enough said. Guilty pleasure of mine.
Artwork?
Artwork was really good.
And it was also by a good friend of ours.
Colored by Lisa, yeah.
Yep. Alright.
This book I did read fully, and I'm going to talk about it, is Kill or Be Killed, issue number 1 now. I saw this on Image Plus, number 2, the magazine, and I've been really getting into a lot of the newer Image books that have been coming out. I tried Snot Girl, which was new. I'm trying a lot of the new number 1s that are from the independents now that a lot of the Marvel stuff, unfortunately for now, kind of fell off. And I gotta say, I like this book.
Okay.
We get introduced to the main character, who's a loser, basically. His life sucks. He gets depressed. He tried to kill himself once before when he was younger and failed. And it turns out his best friend, who's a girl that he's in love with, is dating his roommate.
Ooh.
But she's cheating on the roommate with him. At some point, she figures out that he likes him.
Is this like one of those love triangle books?
No, wait. It gets better.
Uh-oh.
So she's cheating on her boyfriend with the main character, and he believes that she loves him until she overhears a conversation with her and her boyfriend, his roommate, where she says, I feel bad for him. So now he doesn't know if she's doing it because she really likes him or because she feels bad for him and basically just wants to do it because, she feels bad for him. So he ends up trying to commit suicide again, and he decides not to, but unfortunately it's snowing out. He slips. He was going to jump off a roof. He falls off a roof, but he survives. From bouncing off of clotheslines and a few other things on the way down, he survives. Miraculously. With only a couple of cuts and bruises. Goes back home, goes to bed. And then he gets woken up by a demon.
Uh-oh.
Who basically saved him. That's why he didn't die. And now, this guy owes the demon a favor. He says, you must take the life of somebody each and every month as kind of a payment for the demon saving him. But not just somebody, bad, evil people. Okay. So basically, this guy has to become a Punisher-esque vigilante and kill those who are evil.
But only one.
Or bad. It never is only one.
Yeah.
And actually, the book opens up with the situation where he's actually killing these bad people. And that's where he says, let's start at the beginning, and he goes back and he explains everything I just told you guys. So now he decides, at the end of the book that yes, fine, if that's what he has to do to survive, because he doesn't believe it. He thinks he's dreaming. The demon breaks his arm. He goes to the hospital. The girl goes with him. He comes home. Everything's fine for the whole month. But then by the end of the month, he gets deathly sick, like super sick, to the point where he ends up trying to go to the emergency room. And he ends up getting beaten up by these homeless guys. And he's like, you know what? Fine. I give in. It's only one life, and it's bad people anyway, right? So that's where the book kind of ends, with him kind of giving in to what the demon wanted, because he keeps seeing the demon at the corner of his eye and the reflections in the window and stuff. So he finally just says, you know what, fine. If this is how it's going to be, we're going to do this then. And he concedes. So the next issue will obviously show him coming into his alter ego vigilante persona.
That's really an interesting book.
I really liked it. Paper Girls, and this is issue number 8.
Oh.
Well, that was weird.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the camera froze a bit, but Paper Girls issue 8 again. Apologies if the camera froze, but
yeah.
Anyway, again, main characters at the mall with her older alter ego, not alter ego, her older self, and they're there looking for clues to why the mall is so important. And her other alter ego, which is the one that has the alien translator and everything, is trying to catch up with somebody at the mall as well. We find out that the alter ego one, the one that's the alien, meets up with the girl who is in the future going to have leukemia and her friend, and tells them that they need to get away, that she has to protect them. And the other two find a hockey stick.
A hockey stick?
And on that stick, it says, "Don't trust the other Aaron."
So wait, a hockey stick that comes up with a message? Like, what does he use it for?
I guess it was KJ's.
Wow.
So, older Aaron and younger Aaron find this stick, and the others are going with the alien Aaron. So there's 3 Aarons, by the way.
Alien, so which Aaron do you know?
Alien, older, and the one that we got introduced to in the very beginning of the book.
Okay. And
then we have alien, like monsters fighting each other. And I love how alien Aaron tells the driver, "That's fine. You're going to be brutally. This memory will be brutally erased from your brain anyway. So just enjoy the night while you can, because they're gonna come and they're gonna forcibly remove this memory from you anyway." I love Paper Girls. I really do, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this book goes. And obviously, Aaron saves the other 2 girls because they're being attacked by one of the monsters, or little bug-like monsters as well. And Alien Aaron takes them away. So now it's going to be interesting if the 3 Aarons, remember, if the younger Aaron with her older self thinks that it's the older self she's not supposed to trust and not the alien self. Like, she has no clue about the alien self yet, so who knows. But I'm interested in seeing where this goes.
Alright. Next books, I guess, will be
yours.
Mine, yes. So let's start off with Zenoscope's Satan's Hollow, issue number 5 of 6. We have one more issue left until we conclude Satan's Hollow. And basically what happens in this story is that from last issue, we saw that Sandra's husband, John, took this little kid, I believe his name was Kenny, into the Satan's Hollow. Now remember, John was possessed by the she-devil of the underworld, like saying, if you do this for me, you get all you desire. Like love and all this other stuff. And like I said, he was possessed. So they're doing an investigation of where to find the boy. Jacob joins the adventure with Sandra and the deputy Derek that go into the Satan's Hollow. And what Sandra goes through is like really like a massive amount of stuff of finding out what happened to her husband. And Derek doesn't get a good happy ending in the end because she finds out that Jacob was on their side the whole time. Right? Remember the hooded person? Yeah, that was Jacob all this time.
All it.
And that's to be continued in the next issue. I don't want to give too much away, but it was really a mysterious book. This one I actually got into, or we could both do about.
Evil Heroes, issue number 1.
Yes.
This is basically a dark, evil version of the Justice League.
Yeah,
basically. It's a happy, go-lucky world, and then all of a sudden, things start blowing up, and the cities get attacked, and it turns out it's Superman, I forget what their names are. I forget what their real names are, but it's a Superman. It's the Flash and Superman evil version in Evil Heroes.
Right.
And then we get introduced to Anubis, who I believe is supposed to represent Shazam. We see the one that represents Wonder Woman.
And Batman.
We saw the Batman one in the group shot, and then we get to see one that's Aquaman. And basically they're wreaking havoc all over the world. Death and destruction. But these 2 guys and a few other people realize what's going on, and they go to a bunker. They're headed towards a bunker. They knew this was coming, and they actually have a contingency plan for it. So if the heroes in this book are evil, if the Justice League-esque heroes are evil, obviously they're going to get a villain group together that are going to be the heroes. Basically, this world looks like flip-flop.
Not to mention that there was a facility that this person went to that might be the key answer to all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So this
it's
could
basically
actually be
a crime syndicate. It's like a crime syndicate world, except for the fact that these guys aren't the evil doppelgangers of the Justice League. They're their own characters.
And they
which
want to
I
take
liked.
over the world, which is what their objective is
Mhm.
for that. But I really enjoyed it also when I read it.
Oh, I really did like this first issue. I'll stick around for the rest of the series.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
Alright, 4001 AD War Mother, issue number 1. In this one, it talks about the queen of the land, which is named Anna. Now, Anna is the sort of War Mother. What War Mother is
Mother.
about is that she has to go on a quest to find out this medicine that could help out the people of her town. Now, if you remember in the Aliens movie, remember how in the Aliens movie, I believe was the second one, where Ridley finds this little girl, and then they go on an adventure with each other, and then she comes with the "Come with me if you want to live." Well, Anna finds this little boy who was there, and when she takes him back to the town, the gate people said, no, we said bring everything back, not living. And the person that's living, he couldn't be accepted in there, so he's like saying, fine, if you won't accept me, then I'll just, go on my merry way. And then she meets up with, other group of people that accepted her. But it was really an interesting book. Like, there was just so much detail in the book, but it was really, in a good way, an awesome book. So I'll definitely recommend you pick that up as the first issue.
Now we got 2 physical books, and they're both Michael's.
This I reviewed on Comic Frontline, and that is Street Fighter X G.I. Joe issue number 6, the final issue conclusion of the Street Fighter X G.I. Joe series. I'm just going to show artwork in this book. I want to show the cover art, though. Now, in this one, we find out that Psycho Rufus is wreaking havoc with the Street Fighter and G.I. Joe characters. And when all this is going on, I just want to show the cover art, which is right over here. Amazing artwork, I must say that much. So Guile is asking Hawk and, oh god, what was her other name? Hawk and Scarlet of the strategy of how to defeat Rufus. So Guile gets a plan together to defeat Psycho Rufus, which is he's get defeated. And Destro gets away with Bison, who he wants to bring to Commander Cobra. Or Cobra Commander, I'm sorry. And then at the end we see Akuma at the end, so I'm guessing that there might be something, because you can't just leave it like that. Because,
I'm sure they're leaving it
Bison
open on
going
purpose,
to,
yeah.
Cobra Command, I want to see how that goes, and now with Akuma in it, that's really something. Really definitely pick up all 6 issues trade paperback-wise. The Walking Dead issue number 157. Now, this is part 1 of 6 of the Whisperer War. Oh. Now, the reason for this Whisperer War that's happening, we found in the last issue that Negan cut the head off of the leader of the Whisperer. And the person who was in love with it, I can't remember what his name was. Alpha is her name. And they're saying that, because of this, they want to go after Negan because of when someone died there, they want their people to die as well. So it's kind of like what Negan's purpose was in the beginning when they met up with him. Rick doesn't seem to trust him, but he's like letting him live inside this little place that's not a cell, but he said that he still can't trust him. And then there's just a lot of other stuff that happens where they're saying Whispers, if they come, we have to be ready for that. Because you know that they're going to come after that whole Alpha thing, that she's dead. And as the issue continues, there's like this big zombie infestation that's going on. And Rick's just saying we're safe, that there's no need to worry. But in all essence, there is something to worry, because the Whisperers will find Negan and the group, and who knows what's going to happen next. But that's to be continued for that.
I think you have all the digital Marvel books this week. I didn't have any Marvel
Yeah, you
this
didn't
week.
give me a break this week, but I'm fine.
I didn't
with
have
that.
any Marvel this week.
I'm only joking. DeadPool issue number 16. This is Civil War 2 tie. Now, I don't know what is it with me and reading Deadpool. There are some issues that are good, and then there are some issues that are not good. But shockingly, this was an okay issue. lean towards a good side. But see, in the last issue, I thought DeadPool killed his team in that vault. And I guess I was wrong because he didn't kill them. Apparently that the lock thing was hatched in, you know, because they were in the vault. It really talks about, that guy, the main character, something Bourne. Either Jacob Bourne or Jason Bourne or whatever Bourne name he was. The one that was impersonating Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about why he impersonated Deadpool because he was doing a mission for someone's wife that got kidnapped. And then there's this whole big thing of him not killing people but trying to save them more than killing them. And the White House just didn't want to recognize what he did.
Okay.
Because of him being Deadpool. They thought that he killed a lot of people, but that's really the basics. And then Madcap also makes an appearance, which might interfere in other issues after that. Silk issue number 11. This is where Silk finds out that one of her friends is actually dead from a long time ago. And they were very close together from childhood. We know a little bit about her anger management problem of why, just letting her know that she's not alone in this sort of thing, and she's trying to find out about her family still. About trying to find a family. Two of her friends find out her secret identity, but instead of rejecting it, they actually accept it, which is thus why saying you are not alone, And they go on this adventure with her about what's going on. So they find this portal that could lead to her family's thing because of the file. But where it leads to is to be continued. But it looks really intriguing. I'm really intrigued to find out what's on that other side of that passage door. Really awesome. And of course, my book of the week when it comes out, Spidey issue number 9. This book, I don't know what it is about this book that makes it book of the week. It's just really amazing. It talks about how Kraven the Hunter appears in this comic book. And he goes to the Daily Bugle. And it's Peter's Aunt May's birthday. Or Aunt May, however they say it in the Spider-Man universe. And he wants to get something for his aunt, but he doesn't have enough money because he's taking shots of Spider-Man. And he's saying, Jonah, get me better shots of Spider-Man, I'll give you better pay, I'm not going to pay you for garbage and all this and that. So basically, it's his encounter with Kraven the Hunter that he meets up with that wants to, I guess, kill Spider-Man. Because he respects Peter Parker, but he doesn't know who he is under the mask. So his secret identity is safe. But the ending, I'm just going to skip the whole thing to get to the ending. The ending part where he actually found what to give to his Aunt May. And that picture was him, his Aunt May, and Uncle Ben in a tent in a fortress the first night he was there. I don't know what it was about that, but that just touched me in more ways than one. Because just seeing that was just, wow. The feeling, you could feel how she felt looking at that picture. That is the greatest gift among 1,000 words. Awesome. It's book of the week.
The only other physical Marvel book.
Yes, and I reviewed this on Comic Frontline. The Punisher issue number 4. The Punisher's on... Okay. The Punisher's on the run of Face, who is trying to chase him down because of, they have scores to settle with. This is an adult book, I will say that much. So I guess I'll just show this picture right here. Now, artwork is drawn great as always. And not only is Face after him, but the DEA is also there. We get a little bit of Olaf with going to the hospital saying that, Face is reckless and it's just going to relieve Frank Castle to you and he'll kill you anyway. And the Punisher finds his way out of the little girl back, but the DEA Agent Ortiz is going crazy because of what happened to Henderson, which you could find out what I said in the review. And I think that she's going to go crazy when she's saying nothing is alright.
Is the Punisher even in this book?
Yeah, he is. He was right here.
Okay, couple
He was in
pages.
mostly... Oh, there he is. That's because I'm skipping around. That's why you didn't see it. But no, the Punisher's in it. And he's doing what he does, which is punish things. But I really enjoyed this issue.
We're now in DC Comics.
Okay. 2 weeks ago, reviewed this on Comic Frontline. Green Arrow, issue number 4.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Wasn't it a week ago?
Or a week ago. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, a week ago. I'm thinking, wow. I'm good with months, guys. Bear with me. It is late in the morning. So, basically, Green Arrow is on a run of the officers in Shado who are going after him. He meets up with good old John Diggle, who is actually, against him and everything. Black Canary gets kidnapped by Emma, or Emmy, I think. Miko, however you say her name. I can't even remember because I'm just skipping around because I want to show you guys some artwork. The John Diggle and Green Arrow scene, along with amazing artwork. I really enjoyed this artwork each and every time. They work together on the Ninth Circle, which is what their main objective is going up against. Henry V joins in the action with them to help them out. And they find out that Black Canary got kidnapped, so this means that Green Arrow and John Diggle are going to go after the Ninth Circle organization and hopefully save Black Canary before it's too late. To be continued in the next issue.
Alright, now the next couple of books I've already reviewed on Frontline. First one being Aquaman. I'm not too keen on this first story arc, but again, I feel like it's very set up. Aquaman voluntarily gets arrested. Mira's pissed off about it. We get to see Tula again, which I guess we could see Tula. And Tula sends Captain Merc to assess what happened with the ship. If it really was attacked by Atlanteans, we find out that it's a snow job. We get to hear more about Nemo, because we're obviously getting to see more of Black Manta. No, there's this organization called Nemo.
Okay.
And they want Black Manta. The reason Nemo wants Black Manta is because there's only two things standing in the way of Nemo. That's Atlantis and Aquaman, because they want to rule the world by, sea. Mira breaks Aquaman out of jail after some long stuff that goes on. Go watch the in-depth review if you want to hear more. And Aquaman, because he's already been broken out anyway, decides, you know what, you're lucky I love you, Mira. Let's go save Atlantis, because he's needed outside. She admires what he's doing, being a prisoner voluntarily, but he's needed to be Aquaman right now, not a prisoner. Green Lanterns. I'm digging this first story arc so much because this is the beginning of Simon and Jessica's teamwork, them together. So Jessica gets infected with the rage. She fights Simon. We learn more about Simon, actually, and here we learn a lot with the Guardian. The Guardian actually drops some stuff about there being... someone's been messing with time and space, which again connects Green Lanterns to, as they are, connected to the cosmos, time and space and whatnot. We get the confirmation in Green Lantern as well that something's going on with the DC Universe because somebody, and this connects to Dr. Manhattan, or our prediction of Dr. Manhattan, is messing with time and space. Simon tries to reach through to Jessica. He does save Jessica, but Jessica has him pegged really well as well. And even though she's bashing on him, he basically tells her, he believes in her. He thinks that she had, her and him can definitely, they'll be a good team together, that she'll get better, and, they belong as a team. And then they encounter the Red Lanterns, to be continued. Good stuff. I really enjoyed this book as well. Nightwing, issue number 2. I reviewed this as well, and again, we get more on Raptor, which I think there's a lot more than meets the eye, and I'm really, really invested in Raptor right now. I want to get through this first story arc just to get away from the Parliament of Owls. Nightwing and Raptor go on their first mission, which is people laundering, but the people, instead of saving them, they take the people for the Parliament of Owls. Nightwing doesn't like that. Raptor drops a bomb that he knows something on the Parliament that they're petrified about. We get to see Barbara in here a bit, and Dick actually stands Barbara up because he's chasing this lead with Raptor now. Great story. Again, I'll just be happy when the first arc is over and we can get Dick away from being he went from being a double agent with Spiral, now he's a double agent as Nightwing with the Parliament of Owls. I'm hoping we can get past this and get into some Nightwing being Nightwing stuff again. I don't care if we could keep Raptor around, but I would like the Parliament of Owls to kind of to move away from them for a bit. Batman issue 4, another book I reviewed for Frontline. Gotham and Gotham Girl have been infected or have been hit by Psycho Pirate. Gotham Girl is saved by Batman, but Gotham is still out there, and he killed a couple of soldiers. He kind of is starting to lose his mind a little bit. Gotham Girl is petrified, and this is all because of Psycho Pirate. Batman tries to reach out to Gotham, it doesn't work. He finds out, he makes a connection with Gotham back to Task Force X, and that of course leads him to the first confrontation with Amanda Waller, which I really like a lot. She claims she did it to try to save Gotham, and it failed because Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange ended up turning on them and using Psycho Pirate for his own personal needs. Batman tries to convince Gotham that he's being influenced by Psycho Pirate. It turns out that something very bad happens to Gotham's parents in this issue. If you'd like to know what, check out the full review on that. But it basically pushes Gotham, so to speak, over the edge. To be continued. Really enjoying Batman. Justice League, which I reviewed for Frontline as well. Again, I really like this issue. We get the plot moving forward finally. There's this earthquake. We knew this from the first issue. We open up with the news article or news piece, which I hope this is not going to be a Brian Hitch kind of every single issue thing, which I hear it probably will be. But anyway, Justice League ends up saving the world. Flash and Simon Baz, Green Lantern, end up getting touched by the kindred, the people who are possessed by the kindred. So I have a feeling that they're going to have some type of a connection now to the kindred at some point, or they're going to be possessed at some point. Really like the artwork in this book. I want to point that out. I like the artwork in all of these books. Nightwing could be a little better, but it's not bad either. So Cyborg calls all of the Justice League back to the satellite. Aquaman ends up next to all these what are these crystal dolls of the Zodiacs or the, I would guess the Zodiacs, or I forgot what they were, like the celestial kind of the stars ones, like Sagittarius and stuff like that.
Oh, you mean the horoscopes?
Yeah, something like that. And they're surrounding him, so he takes them. It turns out they find out about the kindred, but just in time for another alien invasion. So we've got things underground causing earthquakes. We've got the kindred, and we've got these aliens. And somehow they're all related, and Batman knows, it's time for the Justice League. Something crazy is going on with Atlantis. I would say check this book out to find out what that is. And Batman reaches out to Superman because they need him for a specific reason. What's that reason? Go check out my solo review and you will find out what that reason is. But I'm digging Justice League. I think we all are kind of reeling from the fact that Jeff Johns isn't doing Justice League anymore. But I really do think this has a lot of potential. For a first story arc, I'm letting this, this has to go the way it's going. But I think that it's going to get a lot better as the book progresses. And this is the last book I reviewed for Frontline and my favorite for the week, and that is Superman issue number 4. Superman versus the Eradicator. John makes the decision that he is going to embrace his powers and become a hero like his father, which was awesome. They rip open the Eradicator, all the souls.
So wait, is he known as Superboy or just Superman?
I guess so.
Jr.?
But the Eradicator rips open, and all the Kryptonian souls kind of come out. We get to see a character we haven't seen in forever, and I swear, DC's writing Superman for me now, I feel like, in a way, but Bibbo is back, everybody. Remember I mentioned that we haven't seen Bibbo yet? Well, they brought Bibbo back, and I love how the Ace of Clubs kind of played a huge role in this story. Superman actually starts to lose himself, and of course, as always, Jonathan Kent is right there to put Superman right back in line. I love it, and hopefully when Rebirth is done, and we go 2 years into the future, and this event happens, and hopefully it fixes the DC universe. I hope the one thing it fixes that hasn't been fixed with Superman yet is the fact that his parents were alive Now, they did kill Jonathan Kent before the New 52, and that was around the same time Smallville killed Jonathan Kent, and also around the same time that Superman
not the same
Returns
time
happened.
Smallville with Jonathan Kent.
Yeah, in the comics, Jonathan Kent died a year after Jonathan Kent died on Smallville.
Oh, doesn't really sound like
Hopefully they'll undo that. Hopefully Jonathan Kent and Martha Kent can be alive. I would like for both of them to be alive in the Superman universe again. They played a huge role in keeping Superman human. They were the human side of Superman. And I feel like at the moment DC did it because A, you had the Superman Returns movie, which only Martha was alive. And you, again, B, had Smallville where Jonathan Kent was killed. So people watching TV and the movies are going to come into the comics, so they figured they'd make it look more. I think it'd be perfect time to put Jonathan Kent back in the books. I know that they killed Jonathan yet again in Man of Steel, but that's the movie universe, that's the cinematic universe. In the comic universe, you don't have to follow exactly what the cinematic universe is doing. So now I gave Michael another #1 this week, and that's because I feel this book is very close to DeadPool, and I wonder if he agrees. So,
kinda. This is Harley Quinn issue #1.
and we're going to be getting all of our books up until November for these books and for the first month's books. But I honestly haven't seen anything I don't like yet.
Well, it's basically just her and Poison Ivy, just hanging out with each other at first, and then there's like the whole thing where Harley Quinn is like
in Coney Island.
Yeah, Coney Island, like doing her thing, and we get a little bit of a origin story about how she met with Joker and how the Joker wanted Harley Quinn to be just like him, throwing in a toxic waste, and she's like in a circus thing doing entertainment, and she kind of does remind me of Deadpool a little bit.
I like that character that looks a bit like Deadpool. The Tool.
I don't know if there's a name for him actually. Yeah, cause like a real name, I think Hammerhead maybe, or something. But anyway, so there's like this alien that comes to Earth, and then there's these people who eat the meat that's from the cows, and they get infected based on the alien. They become zombies.
Not really zombies, more or less. They're kind of like possessed in this case.
Possessed, but there's like this whole big apocalypse that they say happen, where it's like Harley Quinn, these other two people who actually join in on the fight, and they don't want to hurt them, but the guy is like saying with the sword, like saying we have no choice, we have to try to find a way, and Harley Quinn agrees. Now see, Harley Quinn, what I like about her character is that she wants to do what she does, but when she hears something else, she agrees with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like thinking it's an okay option. So that's what I, see that's interesting about this character. So then the sword guy gets catapulted into somewhere, and we don't know where until the next issue.
Because apparently he has the cure or something, right? He's carrying the cure?
Yeah, there's like a first aid kit that, I want to just see what it was, basically. It's like basically, to help out with this whole thing. The emergency stuff with the zombies. So basically, he's trying to find a cure about how to cure the zombie-like creatures or whatever they are. It's an apocalypse thing. So all on that meet with the alien thing, they turn into these. I know I'm gonna hear it on the Frontline Live thing because that'll be something. Yeah.
So Suicide Squad Rebirth one shot. What a perfect way to end the show this week, because Suicide Squad just came out on in the movies. Also, don't forget, you guys, you can get the Harley Quinn and the Suicide Squad freebie at your local comic shop. I enjoyed this first issue. It has Amanda Waller, first of all, getting chewed out by the president at the beginning of the issue about Suicide Squad and saying that this is no more, you need to disband the Suicide Squad. She says Task Force X is needed, but she has somebody she wants to lead the group that the president will be less weary about Task Force X, and that's Rick Flag. And we get Rick Flag's backstory. We find out he's in jail. We find out why he's in jail, because Amanda Waller goes to him. She explains to him about Suicide Squad. The squad is on a mission at this very moment. And she's trying to convince Rick Flag that he should leave, that she's offering him the chance of a lifetime to finally lead a team, instead of sitting in jail, being upset that his friends are dead. Because apparently he said no to do a mission because he knew he'd get killed, and his friends didn't. They chose to do the mission. They died, and Rick lived, and now he's a prisoner because he didn't listen to orders. But in the end, Amanda Waller kind of reaches into him. She finally reaches to him, and he decides fine, and he goes to lead the Suicide Squad. So basically, this one shot is all about Rick Flag being brought into the Suicide Squad. It gives you an idea of the Suicide Squad members, and at least an idea of what they do. If you haven't read Suicide Squad before, they're on a mission, like I said. They have to save this guy who has this bomb that can take away heroes' superpowers, and he also has a genome that can give people superpowers. He gets taken away by the enemy. They end up stealing the bomb from him, but at the same time, they end up killing him because it's one of those missions where if they can't extract him, they have to kill him so that they can't get the information out of him, the enemy.
Gotcha.
So, and then Rick Flag shows up, like I said, at the very end, and he kind of saves them and he brings them home. I'm looking forward to the first official issue of Suicide Squad. Really good stuff. I really, I liked Suicide Squad. I didn't know if I would, and I really did this week. So I'm looking forward to the very first issue of the series, which I believe comes out in a week or in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. And with that, that's it for this review, guys. So as always, in the comments below, feel free to let us know what you guys thought about any of the books we talked about here, books we didn't talk about here. Your thoughts, agree, disagree, like, dislike. We love to hear you guys. So let us know what you thought about the books you read this week in the comments below. I'm looking forward to seeing what Pete had to say about his books, Peter Barker, because we always have a really great exchange each and every week in the comments. Hopefully I'll have a great exchange with some of you guys as well about your favorite, least favorite, and books in general that you've read this week.
Yep.
As always, we are Comic Frontline. We are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, hopefully you will. We got tons of videos, at least one a day coming out each and every day. So if you're subbed to us, we're in your sub box. You won't miss out on a single video. Also, don't forget to check out comicfrontline.com for even more Comic Frontline goodness. Like Mike mentioned, the live show is every Tuesday at 10 o'clock-ish Eastern Standard Time. If you're around on Tuesday night and would like to hear a panel of us guys and gals talking on Comic Frontline about comics, news, and our top 5, pop in and say hi. On my channel, for now, because it is moving to Comic Frontline very soon, but until it hits episode 100 on my channel, I do a show called Dark Avenger Live, and on that show, it's more open discussion, where we come on and we talk with you guys in the comments. So if you'd like to come on Dark Avenger Live and talk, well, not on the show, but if you'd like to come on in the comments and talk about comics, you guys are more than welcome to. It's on Friday nights at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on, let's talk comics, anime, toys, movies, news, yada yada, whatever we can, and we will talk about. And then at the end, we usually have a post show where Mike will play a video game, which we normally fall to one, but it could go to another at some point. So till next week, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and we'll see you guys really soon in the next video.
Later, everybody.